Imagine you're wandering the rotted, radiated wasteland and come across a decrepit settlement with only one water trader who looks like he walked off the set of a Rob Zombie movie. This trader, with the exception of a single tooth to his name, has exclusive access to a purified water source, perhaps thanks to control over the only functioning water purifier after the nuclear fallout. No other traders in the area can offer this Dasani-like purified water, and the residents and travelers depend entirely on this single source for their survival. This trader now holds, you guessed it, a monopoly on purified water. With no competition except for the once-in-a-blue-moon rainfall, the monopolist can charge high prices, decide how much water to distribute, and even impose conditions on buyers. Just like in Fallout, where control over resources can grant significant power, a monopoly in economics means a single company or entity controls the market for a product or service, with no competition to keep prices fair or quality high. Sounds like a few companies in modern-day America, right? Right? In the context of Fallout, having a monopoly can lead to scenarios where the monopolist has significant influence, not just economically, but also in terms of political and social power within the game's environment. This reflects the real-world implications of monopolies, where consumers may face high prices and limited options, prompting the need for regulations to prevent such scenarios. Only Fallout doesn't have regulatory agencies to help deal with these tyrants. Fallout has you. Analyzing the economics of the Mojave Wasteland in Fallout New Vegas brings a different take to what some may call a dry subject of market structures and barriers to entry. While one would assume that with the destruction of a globalized economy, that a hard reset could possibly let free markets flourish, humans and ghouls will always have human and ghoul tendencies, and thus monopolies and stiff competition begin anew. Today we're going to dive into the post-apocalyptic economics where bottle caps reign supreme and the NCR dollars fluctuate more than a hot summer's day out in America's nuclear wasteland. The market structure in the Mojave Wasteland is volatile at best, implying that the Mojave's economy operates on a model best described as oligopoly meets Wild West. Key players like the gunrunners and their high-end weaponry monopolize the arms industry. The Crimson Caravan has a mass stranglehold on trade routes. Silver Rush and Graffs, with their undeniable grip on energy weapons, have a sturdy grip on the market. Red Rock Drug Lab, with their addictive psycho and jet chems, offer exclusive, shall we say, EDM-like experiences. Vault 21's hospitality and unique vault living experiences offer the West's only habitable homes worth living in. And finally, emerging monopolistic trends such as house industries that provide security and tech in New Vegas are some of the primary monopolies one will encounter when traversing the deserts of what once was. The barriers to entry of the monopolies here? They're high to say the least. The startup costs involving caps, manpower, and not getting shot are considerable. Moreover, monopolies like the Gunrunners catalog is exclusive. Getting a franchise going requires more than a friendly handshake. Maybe a missile launcher would sweeten the deal. Or in Red Rock Drug Lab's case, perhaps bath salts would do. The Gunrunners. The Gunrunners are an organized group of weapon manufacturers and traders known for producing and distributing high-quality firearms with ammo. They have a reputation for their craftsmanship and are one of the most reliable sources of arms in the wasteland. The Gunrunners originated in the Boneyard, the ruins of LA, and if I had to guess, probably Skid Row, before the events of Fallout New Vegas. They began as a small group of skilled weaponsmiths who scavenged and repaired weapons, eventually gaining a reputation for their superior craftsmanship. Over time, they expanded their operations, establishing a stronghold in the Mojave Desert near Freeside. The primary goal of the Gunrunners is to maintain and expand their business of producing and selling high-quality weapons. They strive to dominate the arms trade in the wasteland by continuously improving their manufacturing processes, expanding their inventory, and securing lucrative deals with major factions like the New California Republic, aka the NCR. Their focus is on profit and business growth rather than political power or territorial control. And let's face it, war never changes, so business growth seems inevitable. The Gunrunners operate more like a corporation than a traditional faction, with no single identifiable leader known to us. Instead, their operations are managed by a collective of skilled craftsmen and business-minded individuals. In Fallout New Vegas, interactions with the Gunrunners are primarily through the Vendortron, an automated vendor robot stationed at their heavily fortified compound. This suggests a decentralized leadership structure focused on efficient business operations rather than a hierarchy. In regards to barriers to entry, the Gunrunners' operation is heavily fortified, with a well-protected manufacturing facility that includes armed guards and high security measures. This physical security, combined with their advanced manufacturing capabilities and control over weapon designs and schematics, create significant barriers for any potential competitors. The capital investment required to replicate their production facility and the technical knowledge needed to produce equivalent weapons are prohibitively high for most other groups in the wasteland, especially when most only have a bottle cap and a single IQ point to their name. Because of their unique product range and the lack of equivalent alternatives, the Gunrunners are able to set high prices for their goods, reminiscent of price hiking as seen in Five Guys burgers. This pricing power is a classic trait of monopolistic market, where the sole provider of a product can dictate terms without concern for competitive pricing. The presence of the Gunrunners influences the overall weapon market significantly. They drive the standards for weapon quality and innovation, and their products are highly sought after by major factions and high-level players, further solidifying their monopoly status. The gunrunners exhibit many of the key characteristics of a monopoly: control over supply, high barriers to entry, pricing power, and a significant market influence. Their role in the wasteland's economy is a quintessential example of how monopolistic practices can thrive in a post-apocalyptic environment where regulation is minimal and military power often dictates market dynamics. Silver Rush and Van Graffs. Silver Rush is a storefront located in Freeside, Las Vegas that serves as the base of operations for the Van Graffs, a family known for their expertise in energy weapons. The Van Graffs are a powerful and ruthless merchant family specializing in the trade of energy weapons. The Van Graff family originated from the hub in the New California Republic, again, the NCR, where they began as a small-time weapon merchants. Over time, they built a reputation for dealing in high-tech weaponry, particularly energy weapons, which set them apart from other arms dealers. Their aggressive business tactics and willingness to eliminate competitors helped them expand their influence. The Silver Rush, their flagship store in Freeside, is part of their expansion strategy into the Mojave Wasteland. By establishing a presence in New Vegas, the Van Graffs aim to tap into the lucrative market of the region and strengthen their hold on the energy weapons trade. The primary goal of the Van Graffs is to dominate the energy weapons market in the Mojave Wasteland and beyond. They seek to establish themselves as the foremost suppliers of energy weapons, achieving both wealth and power. Their business operations are characterized by ruthless efficiency, and they are willing to resort to violence and intimidation to eliminate competitors and secure their market position, as are most in Sin City. The Van Graff family is led by Gloria Van Graff in Fallout, New Vegas. She is a primary figure running the Silver Rush in Freeside. Gloria is known for her sharp business acumen and ruthless approach to dealing with rivals and threats. Her leadership style emphasizes control and expansion, ensuring the Van Graffs maintain their dominance in the energy weapons market. Entry into the energy market is, frankly, electrifying in the most lethal way. The Van Graffs guard their turf with a zeal that would make a Tesla coil curl, using intimidation and, when necessary, outright aggression to zap any would-be competitors. Their technological know-how and specialized equipment needed to manufacture energy weapons also contribute to a high barrier to entry. With a monopoly on zap and char warfare, the Van Graffs have the pricing power to make a hedge fund blush. They set the bar high, knowing that if you want weapons that can cook a super mutant medium rare at 20 paces, you'll pay whatever they ask. This pricing strategy not only maximizes profits, but also keeps their goods exclusive. The influence of the Van Graffs extends beyond economics into the realms of power and fear. By arming the most powerful factions and individuals, they play a crucial role in shaping the strategic landscape of the Mojave. Their control over such a potent segment of the weaponry market makes them key players in regional politics and conflicts. Red Rock Drug Lab, Great Cons. The Red Rock Drug Lab is a facility located in Red Rock Canyon, where the Great Cons produce and distribute various drugs, including chems like Jet and Psycho. The Great Cons are a major faction in the Mojave Wasteland, known for their history as raiders and their current focus on drug production and distribution. Contrary to popular belief, the Great Cons trace their roots back to the Cons, a group of raiders originating from the Boneyard, or the remains of Los Angeles. They have a long history in the Wasteland, dating back to before the events of the original Fallout game. And who knows, perhaps their forefather was Joe Rogan with his stash of DMT. After suffering significant losses in the past, the Cons reformed as the Great Cons under new leadership, focusing more on survival and adaptation in the harsh wasteland environment. To put it bluntly, their monopoly started out a necessity. As the Great Cons moved to Red Rock Canyon, they adapted to the changing dynamics of the wasteland. To sustain themselves and gain power, they shifted their focus from raiding to drug production and trade. The Red Rock Drug Lab became the center of their new operation, allowing them to produce large quantities of chems, which they sell to various factions and individuals in the Mojave Wasteland. The primary goal of the Great Cons, through their operations at the Red Rock Drug Lab, is to regain their former power and establish themselves as a significant and respected force in the Wasteland. By becoming major players in the drug trade, they aim to secure wealth, influence, and stability for their people. Additionally, they seek revenge against those who have wronged them in the past, particularly the NCR, which has caused them significant hardship. The Great Cons are led by Papa Con, whose real name is Edwin. Papa Con is a strong and charismatic leader who has guided the Great Cons through their transformation from raiders to drug producers. Under his leadership, the Great Cons have established a more structured society and focused on their new business endeavors. However, his leadership is not without challenges, as some members of the Great Cons, such as Regis, question the long-term viability and morality of their current path. Entering the drug production market in the Mojave is fraught with challenges, primarily due to the specialized knowledge and guarded production techniques held by the Great Cons at Red Rock. Additionally, the dangerous nature of both the production processes and the territorial defense necessary to maintain control over such a valuable commodity heighten the entry barriers. New entrants must also navigate the legal and moral implications, making this a particularly tough market to crack. With their monopoly on certain popular chems, the Red Rock Drug Lab has substantial pricing power. They set prices based on the scarcity of the product and the desperate demand driven by addiction, allowing them to maintain high profit margins in what could be coined as Big Pharma. This control enables them to manipulate market prices to their advantage, further entrenching their position in the market. The influence of the Red Rock Drug Lab extends beyond simple economics into the social fabric of the Mojave. By controlling the supply of powerful drugs, they impact the health and behavior of individuals across the region, contributing to both societal decay and dependency. This influence makes them a formidable force in the underworld of the Mojave, shaping not only market dynamics, but also the geopolitical landscape. Vault 21. Vault 21 is one of the many vaults constructed by Vault Tech before the Great War. It is located in the New Vegas Strip area and is unique for its purpose and how it has integrated into the post-war world. Vault 21 was built by Vault Tech as part of their large-scale project to create underground shelters designed to preserve human life during and after a nuclear war. The unique social experiment of Vault 21 was to have all conflicts and decisions within the vault resolved through gambling, where every infant born into the vault came loaded with the knowledge of playing craps. Kidding about the infant part. This was intended to study human behavior and conflict resolution under pressure and through the medium of chance and risk. After the Great War, Vault 21 functioned as intended for several decades. Its inhabitants maintained the gambling-centric culture as they tried to rebuild their lives underground. When Mr. House took control of the New Vegas Strip, he saw the potential of Vault 21. He negotiated with the residents and eventually took control of the vault. Most of the vault was filled in with concrete to repurpose it, leaving only a small portion functional. Under Mr. House's influence, the primary goal of Vault 21 transformed from a survival shelter to a commercial enterprise. The vault was turned into a hotel and casino to attract tourists and gamblers, integrating it into the thriving economy of the New Vegas Strip. The inhabitants who remained continued to live in the upper sections that were converted into a functional hotel, serving guests and leveraging their unique history as a marketing point. Like other vaults, Vault 21 originally had an overseer, responsible for managing its operations and ensuring the social experiment ran smoothly. The identity and actions of the original overseer before Mr. House's intervention are less emphasized in the game, but I would like to think it was current-day Dan Bilzerian. Post Mr. House's intervention, Sarah is a notable figure associated with Vault 21. And yes, you can sleep with her. This is neither here nor there. She runs a Vault 21 hotel and gift shop, serving as both a manager and a guide who provides info about the Vault's history. Sarah is passionate about Vault 21's legacy and works to maintain its unique identity despite the changes imposed by Mr. House. As a hotel and casino, Vault 21 attracts tourists to the New Vegas Strip, much like Fremont Street, but with less homeless strippers. Visitors can stay in rooms that reflect the vault's unique history and experience its distinct blend of pre-war culture and post-war adaptations. Despite significant modifications, efforts have been made to preserve the unique history and culture of Vault 21. Sarah, in particular, is dedicated to maintaining the vault's legacy and educating visitors about its past. Vault 21 operates as a business with the larger economy of the New Vegas Strip. It contributes to the Strip's appeal as a destination for gambling and entertainment, aligning with Mr. House's vision for New Vegas. The inherent barrier to entry for competing with Vault 21 is extremely high, due to its most unique nature. There simply are no other vaults available that offer both accommodation and an authentic pre-war experience. The cost and logistical impossibility of replicating such a facility ensure that Vault 21 maintains a monopoly in the sector. Additionally, the historical and cultural significance of Vault 21 enhances its status, making it difficult for potential competitors to match its appeal. Vault 21 leverages its uniqueness to exercise considerable pricing power. As the only venue of its kind, it can set rates without concern for competition, capitalizing on the novelty and exclusivity of the experience it offers. This allows the vault to operate with a premium pricing strategy, attracting customers willing to pay more for the unique experience of staying in a preserved piece of history. While Vault 21 may not influence the broader economic landscape of New Vegas like some of the more industrially focused monopolies, it holds significant sway in the culture and tourism sectors. Its operation as a hotel and museum not only preserves a piece of pre-war history, but also educates and entertains, contributing to the cultural richness of New Vegas. This influence makes it a key player in the tourism market, impacting how other businesses in the vicinity market and operate themselves. The Crimson Caravan. The Crimson Caravan Company is one of the largest and most successful merchant and trading companies in the wasteland. They are known for their extensive trade routes, reliable caravans, and business acumen. It is even said that their original business plan was based on the successful game of Settlers of Catan. The Crimson Caravan Company was founded in The Hub, a major trading city in the new California Republic, the NCR. It was established by enterprising individuals who saw the potential for profit in organizing and protecting trade caravans across the wasteland. Over time, the Crimson Caravan expanded its operations, establishing trade routes that stretch across the NCR and beyond. Their success was built on their ability to provide safe and reliable transport of goods, which was crucial in the dangerous post-apocalyptic world. As New Vegas emerged as a major hub of activity and commerce, the Crimson Caravan established a branch in the area to capitalize on the opportunities presented by the thriving economy of the Mojave Wasteland. Their New Vegas branch, located just outside Freeside, became a key part of their operations, facilitating trade between New Vegas and other parts of the wasteland. The primary goal of the Crimson Caravan is to maximize profits by maintaining and expanding their trade networks. They aim to be the dominant trading company in the wasteland, ensuring their long-term survival and prosperity. Their focus is on efficient and profitable business operations, securing lucrative contracts, and maintaining a reputation for reliability and safety. In Fallout New Vegas, Alice is the regional manager of the Crimson Caravan branch in the Mojave Wasteland. She is a shrewd and attractive businesswoman who oversees the company's operations in the region. She is known for her no-nonsense approach to business, emphasizing efficiency, profitability, and strategic planning. She's one cold bitch that, under the right circumstances, would get a super mutant questioning his mutant attractions. Significant barriers to entering the caravan trade include the need for a large upfront investment in goods, guards, and caravans, as well as establishing trust and a network along volatile trade routes. The Crimson Caravan's established reputation and logistical prowess make it challenging for new entrants to compete on the same scale. Control over key trade routes and accumulated experience further solidify their market position. With its extensive network and control over supply routes, the Crimson Caravan exerts considerable pricing power within the markets it operates. This allows them to set competitive prices that can undercut newer or smaller competitors, maintaining their market share and influence. The ability to scale operations provides them leverage to negotiate better prices on bulk purchases, which they can pass on to consumers or use to increase profit margins. Sounds familiar? The influence of the Crimson Caravan extends beyond mere economic factors to impact the socio-political landscape of the regions it serves. By controlling the flow of goods, they play a critical role in the stability and development of communities. Their operations can bolster local economies or create dependencies, which gives them significant sway in local affairs and the ability to shape regional policies. House Industries. House Industries is the umbrella term for the various enterprises and interests controlled by Mr. House. This includes Robco Industries, a pre-war tech company known for producing robots and other advanced tech, and the overall management of the New Vegas Strip. House Industries was founded by Robert House, a brilliant and wealthy entrepreneur, an inventor, or Fallout's Mr. Musk, if you will. He established Robco Industries, which became one of the leading tech companies in the pre-war US. Robco is known for its innovations in robotics, computing, and automation. Robert House was a visionary who foresaw the possibility of a nuclear apocalypse. To prepare, he developed a plan to secure and protect the city of Las Vegas and ensure his own survival. When the Great War occurred in 2077, Mr. House activated his contingency plans. Using advanced tech, he preserved his consciousness and life functions within a sophisticated life support system located in the Lucky 38 Casino on the New Vegas Strip. After the war, Mr. House used his resources and technological prowess to rebuild and secure the New Vegas Strip. He brought stability and order to the area, transforming it into a thriving center of commerce and entertainment in the Mojave Wasteland. The primary goal of House Industries under Mr. House's leadership is to create a stable, prosperous, and technologically advanced society centered around New Vegas. Mr. House aims to restore humanity to a state of pre-war glory, with himself as the guiding force. His long-term objectives include reviving and advancing pre-war tech to improve the quality of life and ensure a prosperous future, maintaining strict control over New Vegas to ensure stability, security, and economic growth, and keeping New Vegas independent from the influence of major factions like the NCR and Caesar's Legion, ensuring that Mr. House's vision for the future is not compromised. The barriers to entry and competing with House Industries are exceptionally high due to the proprietary technology Mr. House possesses, which is not replicable by other factions in the Mojave Wasteland. The integration of this technology within the city's infrastructure, coupled with Mr. House's strategic deployment of Securitrons, creates a fortified barrier both physically and economically. With control over essential utilities and security, Mr. House can set prices within the region, especially in terms of casino operations, accommodations, and access to utilities. His monopoly allows him to manipulate supply conditions to maximize profits, demonstrating significant pricing power within the New Vegas economy. Mr. House's influence extends beyond economics into the socio-political fabric of New Vegas. He not only determines the economic landscape, but also influences local politics through strategic alliances and control over resources. This influence is critical as it allows him to navigate and manipulate various factional dynamics to ensure his continued dominance over New Vegas. As it turns out, a good reputation and a stronger shotgun can ensure a Monopolies product is the go-to for every wasteland dweller. And in times of surplus, nothing beats a good old-fashioned radio advertisement with Mr. New Vegas serenading potential customers. But what are your thoughts? What is the real monopoly here? Is it the megacorporations acting like futuristic Lockheed Martins? Is it Mr. House and his need for economic expansion? Or is it you, the desert wanderer who seeks to monopolize the loot and need for exploration in a land where most would simply waste away, never leaving their front porch?